Hello, and welcome back to your favorite channel, Lux Estate, where we delve into life's mysteries and seek answers together. We're glad you've joined us as we embark on another intellectual adventure. Today, we're going to unpack an intriguing subject: the 5 questions that people who have experienced failure often ask themselves. This isn't about pointing fingers or casting blame, but a way to shine a light on these questions and offer insights that might help individuals understand and navigate their situations better. We believe that failure is not the end, but rather a stepping stone towards success, and understanding these common questions is a significant part of that journey. So, prepare yourself for a deep dive into the human psyche as we explore these questions and shed light on the path forward. So, buckle up as we start this enlightening journey. The first question that resonates with many is, why does this always happen to me? This query, tinged with frustration and confusion, is often the anthem of those who feel they are perpetually on the losing end. But let's explore this a bit. What does this mean in why does this always happen to me? This could be a myriad of things: a failed business venture, a broken relationship, a missed promotion. This is often a reflection of our perceived failures or disappointments. But what if we told you that this isn't happening to you, but for you? It's a provocative thought, isn't it? The idea that each setback, each disappointment, is not a cruel twist of fate, but rather an opportunity for growth and learning. This perspective shift can be challenging, but incredibly liberating. Often we're stuck in a loop of negative self-talk and defeatist thinking. We see our life through a lens of constant setbacks, without recognizing the strength and resilience we've gained along the way. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Now, we're not discounting the role of external factors. Sometimes circumstances beyond our control do influence our journey. However, it's crucial to understand that we can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. So the next time you find yourself asking, why does this always happen to me? Take a moment, breathe, reflect. Are you seeing the full picture or just the shadows? Are you focusing on the falls or the getting back up? Are you seeing the setback or the opportunity? This isn't about ignoring the pain or the disappointment. It's about acknowledging it, learning from it, and using it as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. At the end of the day, life is a series of highs and lows, successes and failures, joy and pain. It's a beautifully messy journey, and each experience, each this, shapes us, molds us, and prepares us for what's to come. Remember, the key is not in the problems we face, but how we face the problems. Moving on to the second question, am I not good enough? This question often springs from the seeds of self-doubt that failure can plant in our minds. It's a brutal question, one that gnaws at our self-esteem and clouds our perception of our abilities. It's like a mirror that reflects our insecurities and amplifies our flaws. But let's dissect this a bit, shall we? Firstly, realize that failure is not a measure of your worth, but a part of your journey. It's a teacher, not a judge. It's a detour, not a dead end. When you stumble upon failure, it's easy to equate it to your worthiness, but that's a misleading equation. You are not defined by your failures, but by your resilience and the strength you show in the face of adversity. Secondly, the feeling of not being good enough can often stem from comparison. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with images and stories of success. We compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel, forgetting that everyone has their own pace, their own journey, and their own battles. Remember, every flower blooms at its own pace. Thirdly, let's talk about self-belief. It's the bedrock upon which success is built. When you believe in yourself, you become your own cheerleader, your own motivator. Self-belief is the antidote to the venom of self-doubt. It's the fuel that powers your journey towards success. So the next time you find yourself asking, am I not good enough? Remember that you are more than your failures. You are a work in progress, constantly learning, growing, and evolving. You are a grand tapestry of experiences woven together with threads of victories and defeats, laughter and tears, joys and sorrows. Every stitch, every thread, every color adds to your unique beauty. And remember, your value does not decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. So keep going, keep growing, and most importantly, keep believing in yourself. Because you, my friend, are more than good enough. Next up on our list is the question, why do others succeed while I fail? It's a question that haunts many of us, especially in an age where social media can make it feel like everyone else is achieving their goals while we fall behind. But let's take a step back and examine this question. The first thing to remember is that comparison is often a thief of joy. When we measure our progress against others, we tend to focus on their highlights, their successes, and overlook the struggles they faced along the way. It's easy to forget that everyone's journey is unique, filled with ups and downs, triumphs, and setbacks. You see, we all have different paths to tread. Some may be smooth and paved, while others are rocky and steep. Some people may reach their destination faster, but that doesn't mean they've had an easier journey or that they're somehow better than those who take longer. Another aspect to consider is our perception of success and failure. Often we view success as a destination, a point to reach. But what if we saw it as a journey instead? A process of learning, growing, and evolving. In that sense, every step, every stumble, every fall is a part of success. Similarly, failure isn't a final destination either. It's a detour, a redirection. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become stronger and more resilient. So when you see others succeeding, remember that they too have faced their share of failures. They've just chosen to learn from them and keep moving forward. Moreover, success isn't a zero-sum game. Someone else's success doesn't mean your failure. There's enough room for all of us to succeed in our own unique ways, at our own pace. So the next time you find yourself asking, why do others succeed while I fail? Remember that you're on your own unique journey. Your pace doesn't define your worth. Your failures don't define your future. They're just stepping stones on your path to success. Remember, success and failure are not a competition. Everyone has their own pace. The fourth question we often hear is, what if I fail again? This question, though simple, is loaded with fear and apprehension. It's a reflection of past disappointments and the dread of experiencing them anew. But let's unpack this a bit further, shall we? When we ask ourselves, what if I fail again? What we're really doing is projecting past failures onto our future. We're allowing the shadow of yesterday to cloud our tomorrow. But here's the thing. Failure is not a prophecy. It's not a predestined fate that we're bound to repeat. It's merely an event or a series of events that did not go as planned. The fear of repeated failure can be paralyzing. It can keep us stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and hesitation. But it's important to remember that failure is not a reflection of our worth or our capabilities. It's simply a part of the journey, a stepping stone on the path to success. Think of it this way. Every time we fail, we gain invaluable knowledge. We learn what doesn't work, and that brings us one step closer to finding what does. Every failure is a lesson, every misstep a teacher. So, what if I fail again? Well, then you'll learn again. You'll grow, adapt, and become more resilient. Resilience, in fact, is the cornerstone of success. It's the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going despite the odds. And every time we pick ourselves up after a fall, we're building that resilience. We're proving to ourselves that we have the strength to overcome, the courage to keep trying. So instead of asking, what if I fail again? Perhaps we should be asking, what will I learn if I fail again? Because every failure brings us closer to success. Every stumble makes us stronger. And remember, failure isn't a life sentence. It's not a permanent state of being. It's a moment in time, a temporary setback on the road to achieving our goals. So don't let the fear of failing again hold you back. Embrace it, learn from it, grow from it. Failure is not falling down, but refusing to get up. Finally, the fifth question is, what's the point of trying? This question often emerges from a place of exhaustion, a place where we've tried and failed repeatedly. It's easy to get stuck in this mindset, but let's take a moment to shift our perspective. The point of trying isn't about succeeding every single time. It's about learning, growing, and building resilience. It's about understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, but a stepping stone towards it. It's about unlocking our potential, the potential that we sometimes don't even realize we possess. When we try, we open ourselves up to new experiences, to opportunities we would have missed had we chosen to remain in our comfort zone. Yes, trying can be scary, and yes, it can lead to failure, but it can also lead to growth, to discovery, and to unimaginable success. So what's the point of trying? The point of trying is to conquer the fear of failure and to keep moving forward. To wrap things up, we've traversed the landscape of failure, delving into the 5 common questions that often plague those who've stumbled in life. We've explored why bad things seem to constantly happen to us, and the self-doubt that creeps in, questioning our worth. We've examined the comparisons we make with others' success and our perceived failures, the fear of failing again, and the value of trying despite past setbacks. Each question is a reflection of our human struggle with failure. But remember, these questions aren't roadblocks. They're stepping stones. They're prompts for introspection, opportunities to learn, grow, and evolve. So the next time these questions creep up, welcome them, engage with them. They're not signs of defeat, but signals that you're on the road to growth, resilience, and ultimately, success. And that's a wrap for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe to Lux Estate for more insightful content. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it.